breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells you friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that he's trying to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. How about that? It's Monday. We made it. Somehow. Let's flip the old camera on, make sure it's working. There we are. We're working. Me and Hunter. This is little Hunter. Happy Monday. It is getting close to tropical season. Starting to see more and more of our fans coming back. I guess you guys turn us off in the winter. But, hey, Eric, what's up? Good morning. The Rays finally lost the game. What's up, Maria Pollock? How's it going? Ohio. Gypsy. What's up, Richard Reamer, Stacy Wilson, Randy? Belize. Holy moly. That's pretty cool. Jackson Kane from Houston. It's hot in Houston. Oh, my gosh, you guys have triple digits coming. John Ferguson down in Caymans. What's up? Formula One was awesome. Hey, I did not watch it. I watched clips of it. I watched Darlington. And what do you think about Joey Logano? I think he got roughed up a little bit, shoved up into the outside wall. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. What's up, Karen Smith? What's up, Tim Bolin, Massachusetts? What's up, Jennifer Hawkins? Good morning, Renee from Cottondale. What's up, Dale? Rays are hot, man. Margot hitting that ball, man. What's up, James? Got a little softball semifinal action this week down in, here at home, actually. We're playing a team from Venice. Terry said it's all tropical wave. Yep, that was the big news over the weekend. Just flopped over. Oh, yeah, so I hope the race was good. Jeff Gordon was down there, and he flew back to Darlington just in time to see his car get taken out. Poor guy. Time for BLTs. Oh, God, I would love some BLTs right now. So, hey, you are watching. Listen, this is our Daily Brew. We've been live at least 3 days a week through the wintertime, springtime, fall time, and we'll be back live every day next Monday. So that's cool. We do have a couple weekends off. I got 1 weekend off in June, 1 weekend off in July. We'll still be posting. We just won't be doing our daily lives as much. Remember, if you're a Brew Crew subscriber to our page, Shelly has a Google Calendar set up now that you can subscribe to, and you'll get all the updates if you want to know when we're on, when we're not. Hey, Trent Hall, how's East Lake doing? What's up? Bob from New Smyrna Beach. Is it windy over there? NASCAR Dale, good morning. So, yeah, this is our little show. So we'll be talking tropics. There is a little bit of tropics to talk about. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into our little coastal low. We got a coastal low off Coast Carolina. We got triple-digit heats in Texas. big storms up north. We had hail in the Bahamas this weekend. Very, 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 very rare hail event. And we had storms late last night. And we're still getting storms above us right now in lower Bahamas. So that frontal line dipped south, and we had hail in Bahamas yesterday. Very rare. Eric, I saw that weather balloon. Jeff from Oldsmar. That weather balloon was the weirdest looking thing, man. Looked like one of them Jeff Bezos rockets. So, anyway, yeah. Hey, listen, John Ferguson. I started watching the Ozarks again, or the last few episodes of Ozarks came out, and I started watching it last night. And next thing you know, it was midnight. Holy cow! I couldn't get back to sleep. All right, so hey, yeah, Melissa, I kind of like Logano. He doesn't have a lot of love after that little bump and run, but hey, man, NASCAR fans are weird, right? If it's a boring race where there's no passing, everybody complains, right? They want to get it back to the old days. Well, Earnhardt used to do that bump and stuff, and people loved him. So I think he got roughed up off the corner there on the restart. I really do. So fair game, in my opinion. This is little Louie, by the way. Big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. 4 years now sponsoring our Mike's Weather page. We really appreciate it here in Florida. So if you're out there shopping in this great state of FLA, make sure you stop at our friends ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. They're family owned and operated, and they support what we do a lot. So we really appreciate that a lot. All right, so here's Louie's watching. All right, so here's our graphics. This is guess what? The 15th. That's 6 days from now. These will be updated daily. So we're going to be back in the season again, just like that. Snap your fingers, season is here. This is our daily outlook maps from the National Hurricane Center, and they update these at 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Just so you know, 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock. 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 a.m., 8 p.m. So I usually see all three, but the 2 a.m. Louis. All right, so let's talk about weather. Atlantic North Carolina. So we got a lot of wind. I got a lot of people chiming in from the Outer Banks. Some people are sending some videos of some piers. Oh my goodness. We have solid winds coming in off the north. Tropical storm force winds. Sustained winds of tropical storm force winds along a big chunk of the East Coast. So, all right, we'll say bye-bye, Louis. Say bye, everybody. He's a good one. 4 years old now. All right, so 15th, these start being updated every day. I got a few things to click up. So, hey, listen. So Wednesday, I don't know 100% if I'll be live. More than likely we'll be live Wednesday. But Thursday, I'll be down at the Governor's Hurricane Conference. And so that's pretty cool. Big convention going on currently right now. And you can watch it live, actually. I'm going to put the link out there. You can watch it live. So we'll have the thing streaming live. It's Thursday. I'll be getting the award down there. And so I'll be down there for the conference. And here's the live awards luncheon at 3 days from now. There's a link to it. So you'll be able to watch 11:30 in the morning on Thursday, May the 12th. And that's pretty cool. Kitchen's in there. I appreciate Kitchen. She got us hooked up. But we won the Tropical Meteorology Award for 2021. A lot of people voted us. A lot of reputable weather people. So that's what's going on. And if you're down there, we had some big supporters of our page, fans of our page for many years. Custom Tree Care Disaster Response. They go into the storms. They're very big with the government and help clean up after hurricanes and lots of storms they've been into. Well, anyway, they got a booth, and I'll be hanging out there Thursday morning for a couple hours. So that's booth 307. If you're at the GHC, come on by. Julie will be there with me, and we'll give away some koozies and stickers. We'll be hanging out with the Custom Tree Care guys. Booth 307, Thursday morning before the luncheon. That's where I'll be hanging out. I'll post more about that for sure. All right, Twitter. What do I got? Oh, history. We've been doing this Daily Brew so many years. It seems like I post this all the time, but it only happens once a year, man. But who locally in Florida remembers this day? 5 people died that day. Skyway Bridge got hit by a barge, if you remember, and Greyhound bus was also involved. But that was, how many years ago was it, by the way? Here's the article. Let's see. This is on WTSB. 42 years later. Oh, my goodness. So 42 years ago today is when the Skyway Bridge collapsed. And I was here. My story, real quick, 42 years ago, so I was, how old am I now? 48. So I was like 6 or 7. I was in Palmetto, which is literally like, oh, my little pointer's not working. But anyway, right here, Palmetto's right here. And I remember I was playing with walkie-talkies that day. Remember walkie-talkies? Walkie-likey-talkie? Back then, walkie-talkies were cool. And I was on a walkie-talkie with a friend, and a truck driver, Mayday, 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 came across. He was probably going through all the CB channels, and I remember going up to the teacher, telling her what I heard, and I got in trouble. And what would you do as a teacher, right? You probably think I'm lying, right? So I remember standing in a corner. Do you remember having to stand in a corner when you were in trouble when you were a kid? So I had to stand in a corner for lying because I said the Skyway Bridge collapsed, and it did. But anyway, that was 42 years ago. Long time ago. Let's see. I had Twitter up. Where's my boy James Van Fleet at? I wanted to show you something because we're going to go right into what's going on. Let me see if I can find him. So we got a big coastal low. I thought it was fascinating. I'll have to look it up here. A lot of chit-chat about this coastal low. So we're going to go right into that real quick. James Van, there he is right here. A great guy. So what's cool about James Van Fleet, they do daily weather updates. He is chief meteorologist for Royal Caribbean, and it was really fascinating listening to him today talking about this coastal low and what they're doing to go around it off the coast here. Here's the one. Maybe that's the one. I don't know. Here it is. He does a bunch of videos. Where is it? There it is. All right. So he went way in depth here about their change of course because we got incredible winds, and what they talked about was really neat. Is they actually they want to get directly in front of the ongoing winds here. So and if you've ever been on the water, you know what I'm talking about. When you have winds pushing to your back, it's a lot less effects than obviously from the side or going head on. So pretty fascinating listening to Royal Caribbean talking about how they've changed their course a little bit to make a better experience for their guests as they get past this big old coastal lull. So that is the story. This is Wind Alert. I shared this last night. Great site, Wind Alert. Shay Gibson, a good friend of ours. But, here's your live winds. I mean, we got tropical storm force sustained winds all night long, and it's going to continue as we got strong winds rolling off of the off the north. A lot of folks are chiming in from Jersey. Big winds, 31 mile an hour sustained winds here. Tuckerton, Outer Banks. Some people sending in some videos of the Outer Banks really getting hit pretty hard with. I gotta fix my little pointer here and see if I can get it to work a little better here. Here we go. All right. So the winds. So our low pressure is sitting out here, right? Strong winds. Look at this. 34. These are sustained winds. 31. All these winds are just coming straight down into the Outer Banks. And this is going to continue now until at least Wednesday, unfortunately. Nothing tropical. We've been teasing about it. But it looks like, it's got today and maybe tomorrow. Nothing on the NHC. A little bit of tropical maps still showing possibility, but they're just not biting into it. The waters are cool. But it is a low. It is a coastal low with gale force winds. And, let's take a look at a couple graphics here. We'll go to Weather Nerds. And it's been fascinating to watch because it was over middle U.S. Just over midweek last week. And it did indeed plop out there over the Atlantic. And it's just a little bit east of those warmer Gulf Stream waters. But let's just look at it here. You can see it spinning. Well-defined spin right here. Check it out. You can see it. Let me bring it up. We're about right there. You can see the low pressure spinning. And it's pretty pretty cool. I mean, there is convection firing around it, I would never say never. Not that it means anything. I can tell you this, the effects are the same regardless if it gets named or not. So it doesn't matter if it's named or not. It'll be the same effects regardless, high winds and waves. But another thing it's doing, which I've been getting a lot of reports of, is it's definitely bringing in the cooler air. As our strong low pressure system comes in, it's blowing in some cold Arctic air from the north. So a lot of folks are feeling it. And we'll see. We'll keep an eye. On it. I still think there's a teeny weeny little chance. I think that if it was later and if it was actually in the season, we would have got a yellow marker. But they didn't. But there's the current water temps on Bay News 9. And, it's just a little bit over the east of where the upper 70s are. So now it is eventually going to track back this way through the week. So we'll see. Not anything to worry about, but it is interesting. Got some other stuff to talk about. Don't tease you about. But all right, so the other thing a lot of people were getting hyped up about yesterday was our first tropical wave of the season. Came in off of Africa. Here it is. You can see it. I don't know if I can find my little... There it is. Well, just leave right there. There it is right here. So here it is. First tropical wave of the season. Kind of early. Usually they don't pop in this early. There it is. Big headline yesterday. First tropical wave of the season. Not that it means anything. We'll see if it sticks around. We'll see if there's another one after it. But yeah, hey, listen, Richard Reamer, what's up? You remember that? Yep, I do remember that. It was David Berryhill, very windy. Yep. Wind advisories in Nantucket, I believe it. Lots of wind. A lot of cool weather, Foley Beach. Joe Ward, hey Joe. Margaret remembers that incident. Yep. Mark Hall was I still remember driving over the other bridge when the one collapsed. It was a metal grate. It was kind of scary. Like a lot of people wouldn't drive over the Skyway Bridge back then because it was the metal grate where you could see down. Right, you could actually see down. It was kind of scary, and it's real narrow. Right, I mean it was a very narrow bridge. And then it became a 2-lane bridge, obviously, for a long time. And I still remember driving and seeing the wreckage, on the west side there. And I could still picture seeing the wreckage for a long time before they were able to get it all cleared out. And now we have the new bridge. All right, so tropical wave. All right, a couple of things about this tropical wave. So it doesn't really mean much. The ITCZ monsoon trough line, they call it, intertropics convergence zone, a little different than monsoon trough, kind of the same thing though. But as you can tell, it's very low. Usually, this thing sets up, about right here, and these waves follow this trough, monsoon trough across later in the season, and I share a lot about the different winds and how sometimes this creates spin and gets storms going. So right now, our monsoon trough is pretty low. But this wave, sometimes the reason that the Pacific gets going more than the Atlantic is these waves sometimes end up actually plopping over on the Pacific side. So sometimes these early tropical waves end up, because they're so low, they don't get pulled up to the north. They stay low riders, and sometimes they end up being the reason the Pacific gets cranked up. These things cross over Central America, and that's why the Pacific sometimes gets a little more fired up before the Atlantic. So, just passing that along. Nothing to stress about. Let's look at the wave maps. So all the official maps are showing our low. Here's a great map, just kind of showing you what's happening in a nutshell. This is the latest snapshot from the Euro. But there you go. We'll just leave it up. That's, it's big old low, and, we'll see. Like I said, it's going to drift south. It's eventually going to come back across. And what we are going to see is increased winds to the north. Everything spins counterclockwise. So when our low pressure comes across, we're going to see increased winds here later in the week into Thursday into Friday, a little north. So we could see a little more coastal action for, Georgia northward. If this thing goes to Jacksonville, I mean, it's going to be a little more weaker. None of the models are showing any intensification once it gets close to Florida. Still a lot of dry air, still a lot of shear. But it's interesting. It's just kind of fun to watch. But we'll see. I still thought we'd get a crayon. But we got no crayon. Everybody asks me, what do I talk about when we're talking about crayons? The crayons are the NHC. When they circle an area to watch, they start out with a yellow, then they go to orange, and then they go to red. So we always joke, it's the crayons. When they draw circles, it's the crayons. And look at this wave, man. This little sucker's pretty potent. That's our first tropical wave of the season. So doesn't mean anything. Now, there are signs that about 10 days, I'm going to show you the ensembles here, could be remnants of this wave. Usually it's about 10 days to get from the Atlantic over. Usually around 10 days. So you can almost argue that some of this models support that we're starting to see some ensembles around the 22nd, which is about 10, 11, 12 days. A little too far to get to all in, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. But we'll talk about let's talk about what's coming this week, because we got a lot of wind we got to talk about in the next couple days. So unfortunately, we still have a ton of wind coming. Here's your wind gust, and this is what we got. And it's definitely been confirmed. Now look at this. This is today. Unfortunately, let's go till tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, it looks like exactly the same snapshot. As a matter of fact, our low pressure actually drifts a little bit closer here to the coast. See, here's today, and it starts that south turn a little bit, and it gets a little closer. But these purple barbs or purple colors, those are 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts. So yeah, look at that. More the same. Big winds tomorrow. This is tomorrow overnight, tonight, and tomorrow morning. So there you go. I mean, all the way up to Jersey and Nantucket and Boston. Look at it. This almost like a nor'easter that's going south. 1,004 millibar. Not a lot of convection around it, but nonetheless, it'll feel tropical in a sense that we're going to see high winds. Now, throughout the day, as GFS is about the same, almost exactly the same. So we got good model support, the two models. But we go to Wednesday. There's our low, starting to go a little farther south. 1,008 millibar, starting to weaken a little bit. Same on the euro. So there, we are expecting a weakening starting midweek. And the winds are now going to start shifting a little bit more towards the coast. Now, unfortunately, like I said, these winds are going to last all the way. Here's Wednesday morning. Still the same. Look at that. So you got 3 solid days of winds ahead. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. And you know what? As this thing starts to come down, look at this. These winds are inching now into the Florida East Coast here as they develop off the Atlantic. So it's going to be windy along the Florida Eastern Coast Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's see. Not so much today. Not really today. Or tomorrow. So as this low starts to move south, look at that, folks in Florida. Tuesday, tomorrow afternoon, they really start to get cranking, and look, we're going to see some winds overnight. Wednesday into Wednesday morning, so we could have some pretty windy conditions here along Daytona Beach in the 30s. This is wind gusts. But still, a lot of beach issues. If you got plans on the beach, look at this. This is down in Wednesday at 2 p.m. Could be hitting close to 40 mile an hour wind gusts, and that creates a lot of havoc on the Atlantic side. So there you go. That's going to be happening Wednesday. Not pretty. And then watch our low as we get into Thursday. This is when it starts to make that turn back. Now it's very weak. The only reason that this means anything is that we could see some increased flow here. Coming in off the Atlantic on Thursday, Friday. You can see the low pressure center here spinning, and wherever it decides to set up, we can see some increased. See your low line areas, Charleston and different areas. Hey, Bobby, what's up? So it'll be interesting to watch. I still think not enough attention's being put on the Gulf Stream. Here's our low pressure system. It's going to be plopped right over the top of the warm Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream, right there. So we'll see about that. But anyway, the models aren't showing it, so can't go against the models. GFS, a little bit more towards Florida coast. There's our basic low. So, but it does start to die down. It does, the model support has shown it weakened through the week, so we'll see. Main point though is the next 3 or 4 days, a lot of wind, Outer Banks, north. These winds are going to start hitting Florida East Coast tomorrow. Really get going heavy on Wednesday as our winds start to come down off the Atlantic. So that's that. I don't know. I'm going to talk about that anymore, I don't think. So again, it's not really showing any strengthening. We're going to see coastal storms from it. Here's a Euro. If you look at the 5-day rain map, you just don't really know who's going to get what. But we definitely, coastal rains and storms are going to be possible. If you look at the 5-day rain map, I posted this earlier. Pretty dry week ahead. Here's the latest 5-day rains. And you can see that most of the rains, this is through Saturday morning, very dry on the Florida West Coast. A little bit of trickling in rains here along the Florida East Coast, up and down, Carolinas, Georgia. So that's our low pressure coming back in through Saturday morning. So there, not a big rain event, mainly wind and waves. I still think we're going to see occasional thunder shower coming in off of the warm Gulf Stream as our low pressure, hangs out there. So there you go. There's that. What do you think? La la la. Brunswick, Jamie. Oh my goodness, you might be right on that edge of. This thing could be gone by Saturday, hopefully for you. Looks like it will be gone. This thing looks like it's gone Saturday. So good news for you. Chile and Charleston. All right, real quick, the big storms, and we're going to talk about the ensembles. We're going to talk tropics. There's definitely something to talk about down the road as the next spot to watch. So that's 3 strikes now of areas that we were thinking might get our first crayons of the year. Here's the big storyline. Heat. Excessive heat today, tomorrow, all the way through midweek. And we're talking triple digits, like maybe 110 degrees plus possible in some spots. Excessive heat, central U.S. north the next 3 or 4 days. It's only May. There's your high wind forecast for today, obviously. That's going to extend into tomorrow. High winds, Outer Banks north. Severe storm threats. Here's today. It goes way north. Look at this. A little bit of tornado chances. Look at that. All the way up to the Canadian border. There's today hail. Tall thunderstorms. Big hail. Hatch hail area. This is pretty far north for storms today. And then tomorrow it stretches a little bit. Texas storms brewing tomorrow. A little bit. And then on Wednesday we got another northern storm chance. And then we go to day 4. We already got a 30% way north. So this is the time of year our storms really start to shift north. But look at that. We already got a 30% out there for day 4, which is Thursday. But everything's staying middle U.S. for the next week. So, all right, let's sip some coffee. Let's slow down a little bit. Here's your current radar, by the way. There's nothing. Tampa radar is down. They're doing some maintenance on it, but there's nothing to worry about. I guess we can leave. Let's pull up Weather Nerds, and I'm gonna drink some coffee and read some comments. So let's just take a good look at our system here, hanging off the coast, and then we'll slow her down a little bit. We'll include the Bahamas, and we got John's Cayman Islands in there too. Not much going on down there, but here we go. We'll leave this up. Take a looky. So usually this nor'easter type setup, we got a blocking high pressure, sign of the season too. High pressure is starting to build in over the Atlantic. Julie says, crazy weather in Texas. What's up, Mary Krause? Good morning. I do have an app. Shelly just shared it. Made a lot of changes to the app. Make sure you pick it up. A lot of cool little stuff on there. Who else we got yakking on there? James Ford, good morning. Thank you, Jamie. Bestest. Hey, by the way, I hope everybody had a Cassie said Disney on Friday. Looks great. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. Got a lot of women that watch our show. Daily Brew. Thomas, good to see you. Johnson. So yeah, I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. We had a nice relaxing day here at home. We cooked out burgers and dogs, and so we were lucky. The Rays were on. NASCAR race was on. The Rays were on. The Lightning were on. So we had 3 things to watch. Let's take a look at the Knoll School real quick. Now I want to jump right into the ensembles because we're starting to see signs that middle May here we could possibly see something down the Caribbean. Here's our little spinach map. Let's just leave this on for now. There's our low-level spinach. Pretty, isn't it? If you're wondering why it's windy, that's why. Look at that. There's our low. Surface level winds. That's a surface low. Non-tropical, though. Not enough thunderstorms around the center. Or the crayons aren't ready to come out yet. What's up, Billy, down in the Yucatan? Don't know. Let's take a look. We'll see. David's got a chipmunk. All right, so here's the scoop down the road. Jane from the Space Coast. Destin next week so far. Don't see much. I had my 3 moms. I had people on there confused by that statement. I had Julie's mom, my mom, and Julie's a mom. I had 3 moms. All right, so those are surface low. All right, let's take a look at the vorticity, just for fun here. Start getting the old maps out that we like to use a lot during the season. Big old broad area there, nothing defined yet. 500 should be a little better. There you go. Got a lot of mid-level spin. Edge. Spin edge. Even 200, I bet. Yeah, so it's other than the shear. Let's take a look at the shear map. I haven't clicked on this map all year. Look at that. There's that little window. God, it's crazy. We saw this last week. A little bit of light shear off the coast there. That's interesting. But again, no models are really showing anything developing. But got light shear, a little spinach. Water's a little cold. Convection needs to really get going, firing around the center if it has any shot at anything. So that'd be the question mark. Needs a little more convection around the center, but it's got a well-defined eye. There's some dry air ingestion. Anyway, we'll keep our eye on it. All right, let's close some windows. What else can we talk about? Got our first tropical wave. Kind of neat. Got a lot of buzz yesterday. We had an earthquake in South Carolina. Did anybody feel the earthquake? Not a lot of weather coming far as daily rains. Let's pull that up real quick. We'll see how far out we can go on the daily rain maps, and then we'll go right into the tropics. We'll just leave this map up. So we do have a daily rain map we can look at for the next 7 days. Oh, let's just pull her up and leave her right here, I guess. 24-hour rains. All right, now we have a 6-hour rain map. All right, why is this doing 24-hour precipitation? That's different. It's pretty cool. I don't like this map, though. What's happened here? 6Z? No. They've changed it a little bit. That's fine. I get used to it. All right. Well, anyway, here's your 24-hour rain totals, and this is pretty cool because this will kind of give you an idea through the week. This is Tuesday. Then we get into Wednesday. So, we could start to see our low getting close to the coast down here. This is later Wednesday into Thursday. So there's our coastal rains as our low builds in. I'm just toggling back and forth. This is Thursday into Friday. So there's our low coming in close. So really late Wednesday for the Florida East Coast. light chances, but you can start to see our low get kind of close, and it gets pulled up. And this is through the weekend, so we could have some rain. Here's Friday into Saturday. So your Friday rains definitely Thursday into Friday. So really coastal rains late Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday looks like Friday we're really starting to see this low come back around. I keep calling it the re-entrance. But here's your Friday rain right here. Definitely have a better chance of rain through the Carolinas and Georgia and northern Florida on Friday. And we could have some weekend rains definitely impacting the Carolinas into Virginia. And that's our low. You can just follow it. See that? That's our low. Comes down, gets pulled into the coast, and then it gets sucked up a little bit. So definitely could be kind of wet here for mid-Atlantic region, I guess you could call that, for the weekend. So pay attention to that. But as far as everybody else goes, Florida doesn't get much. A little bit on the East Coast. You got normal stuff here. Louisiana, nothing really big. There's nothing really big coming as far as storms go. That time of year where we start to lose that springtime pattern, and things get pulled to the north a little bit more. That's why we have storms to the north. Our fronts aren't dipping down that far south anymore, so that means the instability is not there like it is because we're not feeding off that warm Gulf Stream, and we're not getting those big dips in the jet. So that's why our storms this week are huddled around the northern part of the U.S. And that's it. Really, next 10 days aren't really showing much. You can see our low up here in Canada. But that's why all the storms are pretty much buzz. Yesterday, people are starting to share some long-range model maps. And it happens this time of year, but what we do have is this. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it showed up or not on the, let's go to Levi's site. So I was wondering if this is our tropical wave. We'll just leave the tropical basin up here. Let's just do the tropical North Atlantic. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It kind of is our wave. So focus right here. Right here. Oh, we hit the damn button. This one right here. This little guy right here. So there's our tropical wave. Not really low, but it's going to kind of trek itself over here. And this is the area that we're watching about 10 days from now. And you can kind of see it on the latest GFS. We'll go out to about the 20th here. There it is. So you start to see juice here the 20th. Start to see, a little bit get pulled up. See, there's our high pressure system. This is the early stages of a, strong Bermuda high. And, we're getting a few models suggesting that something could pop here around the 22nd. This is the 21st. So it's so far out there. I'm not going to post it yet, but we like to do these long range looking on our Daily Brew. That's what we do. The MJO, another map we haven't looked at all year long, is back. Everybody welcome the MJO back. But we do have a little bit of pulse coming. Not a lot, but this is around the 22nd. A little bit of an enhanced stage of the MJO. We'll start talking about that a little bit. Still early season. We're in May. The official season's not even here yet, so I'm really going off on wild theories and whatnot. But if we look at the ensembles, and I saw a bunch of them last night, and they're back again today, so I figured we'd give us something to talk about today. So your GFS ensembles, let's zoom in on the Caribbean, and we'll just basically show you what's going on. We got, let's go out to about the 20th, or this is the 15th actually. Here's the 20th. So this is what you're seeing. See, now let me rewind. These are center points. So ensembles are different versions of the GFS. Each one's a little brain, here, this little spot here, you can watch up here. This is our low coming down today, and then it drifts its way towards Florida and Georgia and maybe South Carolina. But note the ensembles. Green is 1,000 millibar plus. So again, if anything were to happen out of this thing over the Gulf Stream, it'd be weak, subtropical in nature. Same effects. So if you're wondering what this is the low that we're looking at now. So what we're looking at down the road is down here in the lower Caribbean, and you can kind of see it start to pick up here, and that could be argued that it's that first tropical wave that's kind of making its way across. But some ensembles are starting to show a little bit of sign of, something pulling up. Maybe, this is the 21st. A little bit of sign. You go to your SpaghettiOs. There's a couple little individual spots to watch. Not trying to hype anything, but you're going to see about it. Now we go back to the 00Z. A few more actually. Here's the overnight run. Little spot here, 16th, 17th. That's that's less than 10 days away, and it starts picking up on possibility of a couple pulling up. So it's enough to point out. Here's the 22nd of May. There's a few. Every one of these is a different thought of a storm, and notice a couple of them are actually developing it. So nothing's guaranteed, but that's what we'd like to do here. We have an approaching, low pressure area here. You can see it. So these things usually get pulled up. Early season systems, 9 times out of 10, they do this, or this. Early season stuff. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's been really consistent. 18Z last night showed a few here, coming up. So just pointing that out. No confidence yet. Now the Euro, that's GFS. Euro kind of showing the same thing, actually, believe it or not. We'll go to the Euro Caribbean map here, tropical Atlantic. I guess we'll just stick it there because I don't think he's got we got Southwest Atlantic. Yeah, we'll just leave it here. It's not even. All right, so here's the latest Euro. And the 22nd, you can see a couple of them. Just one, really. But the idea is... Oh, why aren't we getting them now? That's not good. Oh, here they are, 00Z. Okay, so we'll go to 12Z. But the idea is this. There's, both models are showing low pressure down there. So anyway, that's where you want... If you were going to look at what's next, where we might get our first system, then that would be where it's at. So that's all I got to say about that. And like we talk about this endlessly. June systems typically are here. Path of them are usually like that. If you look at the history of storms, climatology, we'll look at May. Well, we don't even have May on here. We have June. Oh, we do have May. So the May 21st timeline is this, and you can see historically we could see something popping down here. This is your history from 1851 to 2015, May 21st through 31st. So that's believable. Here's May 11th through the 20th. So there you go. So that's, we'll see about that. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, what else is going on? Ocean waves, Bill. Big. Let's take a look at some wave maps. I haven't really looked at these in a while. This is a good one. I like this one. This is animated on my Fox Hurricane. Kind of gives you an animation. Look at these suckers, man. We're 20 plus. Look at that. And this is inching into the Florida East Coast. This is what we talked about starting tomorrow down into Florida for Wednesday. All this is going to start building its way into even the Florida East Coast. Let's see. Currently, this is another good map. Kind of gives you an animated look. Obviously, the brighter the colors, the bigger the waves. Oh, timeline. Let's just keep this running. This is out 180 hours. This is now. I can stop it. All right, so here we go. So this is basically now, but there's our heaviest wave action. Orange is 22 foot. And as we build in, we're going to have even bigger ones tomorrow. So the big day, this is 24 hours from now. We can still see some waves. We're getting pretty big close to the Outer Banks tomorrow. Or this is 24 foot, 26 maybe, 24. Then as we get into what this is what I'm talking about, Tuesday. There's Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll start to see these impacting down into the Florida East Coast, down to the Bahamas. Light blue is 8 foot. So light green's 10 foot. So look at that. That's quite a bit. I mean, lots of waves all the way down to the Bahamas we're going to have to watch. So if you're out there boating, for sure, this is 54 hours out. This is for Wednesday morning. So it's going to be windy. You got people down in the Bahamas. You got people trying to dock on Coco Cay. It might be rough. Not sure how they're going to handle that one. What other wave maps I got here? Oh, I like this graphical. This is I haven't used that one in a while. That's a big one. Wave maps. Here's another one. Wave maps. That's overall. We just kind of looked at that one. Caribbean waves. Oh, okay, these are kind of all the same maps, and you can always go to Windy too. Windy.com. Windy.com is a good map for waves. There you go. So tomorrow looks like the bigger day. So here's tomorrow morning. 13 foot. This is off the Euro. 17 foot, 18 foot. And these are going to be coming in from the north. So definitely Virginia Beach. Everybody's going to get it hit pretty hard from the northeast. 15 foot. GFS about the same, 15 foot. So this is tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Now going down to Florida, not here yet, but watch what happens. They getting close. Off the coast, 10 foot. This is Tuesday, tomorrow night. So these are going to reach all the way down into Fort Lauderdale, the Bahamas. We get into Wednesday, even bigger. Big waves here coming in from the northeast. 8 to 10 foot. All along the Florida East Coast. This is Wednesday, 9 a.m. Thursday, about the same. Here's Thursday, 6 a.m. Still the same. Coming in hard. All the way down to the Bahamas. So yeah, look at that. And it slowly goes away starting Friday. Friday, there you go. There's Friday morning. So almost back to normal come Friday. So yeah, that's the story. It's gonna be lots of waves. There's our low pressure. That's the 18th already showing up. Interesting. That's the GFS. So anyway, all right. James, that was that was my Skinner. I have a Skinner ringtone. Free word. All right, what else we got? We can chit chat. So there you go. There's weather. So tropics, non-tropical lows. Still the story we just talked a bunch about. Looking long range, maybe down in the lower Caribbean around the 20th. That tropical wave could be sparking it that we're seeing off the coast of Africa this morning. There you go. So we need rain. Bill Barber says, yep, not a lot of rain coming in the next 5 days. Daily rains, like we showed, very light. We'll just leave that map up, I guess, as we slow down. Our little spot to watch. We got historical heat. Let's take a look at the temperatures. I'm curious about that. So let's take a look at how hot it's going to be today, I guess. We can look at today, and then we'll zoom out, look a little down the road. But we got historical heat coming. Max, let's look at the max temperatures. Should have been, there's Gulf Coast. All right, so we got triple digits, 101, 104. Oh my God. So today's high temperatures. We got 102, 100, 100, 101, Oklahoma 99. I think we should just go the whole U.S. here and take a look. It'd be a little better to see. So let's look at the official temperature map here. Let's just keep it up right here. So let's look at daily highs. So today we got 103 down in Texas, 102. We got 90s pushing well in Oklahoma. 90s for South Florida. But this white is inching up into 100s. Tomorrow, little less. We got 90s all the way up to possibly like Wisconsin. 90s up there. Wednesday, oh my goodness, we got 90s inching into Canada. This is Wednesday. Thursday, not up yet. Still loading. Here's Thursday. Michigan, 90s. 90s in northern Michigan, 90s. Middle 80s in Maine. It's only May. Then we get a little cool down through the week. This is next Sunday. But hot. There it is right there. Thursday temps, man. We got 90s in Michigan. We got 90s in Minnesota. In California, they're getting a cool snap. Talked about that. They're actually they're having a cold front in California. So it's 60s across most of California, and we're going to be in the hundreds all the way up to Canada. Kentucky Derby, that was a race, huh? That horse had attitude, man. So, anyway, cool. All right, so listen, we'll let everybody know Wednesday. Probably we'll more than likely be live Wednesday. So we'll be live Wednesday, and I'll be posting a bunch. Remember, if you're at the GHC show, come by and see us. I'll post information on that. I'll be hanging out Thursday. Thank you, David. She does love that Mustang. Bought that car in 01 before kids. But so we'll be doing that, and then Tropics will be activated May 15th. The National Hurricane Center starts doing their daily updates May 15th, which is only 6 days from now. So how about that? A lot of fun stuff coming, though, for the season to keep everybody aware. Remember, we do have private little brew crew area that a lot of good information over there. If you're a YouTube subscriber, make sure you reach out to Shelly, and she'll give you access to the chat room. But that's it. Anything else we can chat about? As the coffee calms down. Hundreds in Canada, Sandy says. Wisconsin. Anybody ever have any cheese curds in Wisconsin? They're like the best. So when we were out there for family reunion, no yellow crayon, James Hoagie. Hoagie. I had a friend anyway. No yellow circle yet. They're holding out on me. We ended up taking a bunch of trails up there in Wisconsin. It was really cool. We ended up on, they weren't snowmobile trails, but I saw the snowmobile trails everywhere up that way, and it looks so cool because there's signs like bars, and I guess you only get to them via snowmobiles. So that seems like a pretty awesome adventure in the wintertime to go trail hunting for local little hidden little bars out in the middle of nowhere. Would be a lot of fun. I think it would be fun. Eating cheese curds. Oh, Loretta Reed, good morning. How's it going? Hannah G, good morning. Dale, what's up? So there you go. All right. We'll wait and see. Jennifer, nope, warranty call. I'm reading. Don't miss anything. Risk mapping. There you go. There's a good map. Nothing's coming to Florida. Ocean waves we covered. Still in a little bit of drought. We got full moon over the weekend, Linda says. Hey, Linda, how's it going? Linda, look at that, Linda. I remember Linda. These are your crayons, Linda. I still have your crayons. The little care pack you hooked me up with. James, appreciate it. Yep. Thursday highlights. Can't wait. No softball highlights. I did put together a little reel for with some of her highlights for the season that were pretty good. So I might share that down the road. She had a pretty good season. I'm pretty proud of her. Let me see if I can find it. The only problem is I can't play the music because it's got music to it, so I'll have to turn her down. There she is. Oh, yeah, look at that. There it is. All right, so let me turn down the desktop audio. Make sure we don't get flagged. And audio's off. Off. Everything's off. So we should be good to go. All right, so here we go. Here are... So they won their districts, but this is a little video reel I did for her. There's music behind it. You can't hear it. But they won their district. Pretty cool. So I put together basically 4 or 5 of her best hits and some of her best pitches. That was a rock shot to the field. There's another one. But she did good. She batted 320, 330 this season. That one hit the fence. Almost went over. Scored 3 runs. Did pretty good on that. There's another hook there on the left side. She had a rough week last week, but that's what happens. Here's a pitching game she had. She had 15 strikeouts, 1 game, no walks. That was earlier in the season. She's got a wicked curveball. You'll see it here. Bam, that's a curveball. I mean, the next girl's got another curveball. She's got a wicked changeup. I don't think she had any on her strikeout. These are all her strikeouts. So there's those. Curveball. And let's see, the end here, I got some of her highlights from second base after these strikes. It's only a 2-minute video. There's another curveball. That was a good game for her. She was on fire. That was back in February. And all right, here's her second base. These are pretty cool. Check out some of these highlights. So here's a double play. Second base. Boom. That was a good one. Then they had this one here. Oh, tipped off her glove. She had to scoop it back. Got the girl out. That was a good one. Here's another double play. Chucking that ball, getting it out. Let's see what the next one is. This one's good. Oh, she had to jump and snag that one. That was a good little out. She has one here where she dove. This is a good one. Watch this. So she dove on the ball, stopped it, flicked it from her wrist, and they got the girl out. And the Rays did that yesterday. It was pretty awesome. Here's a little double play from first to second. Now, they called the girl safe, but I think they overturned it, and there you go. So, boom. There's your highlights, James. All right. So, new Valerie, no tropical depression, Washington, North Carolina. We've been talking a lot about that, but it's a non-tropical low, and it's got a brief little window. It could become subtropical possibly, but bottom line, the effects are the same. We're going to have strong winds coming down from the Outer Banks north for the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and it's going to slowly drift south. A lot of wind shear, a lot of dry air, a lot of cool water still, so it doesn't look like it's going to be named. So there you go. All right. Well, hope everybody has a great day. Appreciate it, David. Have a great day. We'll be live Wednesday, and I always upload these up to our little podcast. So if you're into that, we got a podcast. You can download it. All the audio this season will be on the podcast. A lot of people have been downloading it, actually. And again, we're streaming live on Twitter and YouTube. So it's not all... we're spread out now. So welcome to all the Twitter people. All right, we'll see everybody Wednesday. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye.